Hello, this is Bill. Hey, Valentine's Day. What do you do? Well, I don't buy flowers or chocolate. I just make something really cool. This time I'm going to do something that's kind of like elegant but still really easy to make, like any guy could make it for their girl. But it's Lobster Bisque. And you know, the whole key to Lobster Bisque is you just want to keep it really simple. You know, you want the flavors to be just right. In fact, I was having a little bit of anxiety because I actually don't put garlic in this recipe. It's probably the first time I made it without garlic my whole life. I don't know. But like I said, let's jump into it. I've got a stick of butter. Yes, that's right, a stick of butter. Gotta have lots of butter. We're making a bisque. And it's just about melted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump in, I took a nice sweet onion, medium-sized one. I cut it up a little finer than I normally do, so it actually took me a few seconds. Yeah, feel that sizzle. And basically this is just, we're just going to soften up here a little bit. Doesn't take long. Got a good fire. You know, this is a good thing because, you know, while you're cooking the onion, it can kind of help you dial in the heat of the stove. You don't want it burning up everything, but when you're getting ready to make a roux, you want some pretty good heat, but not too much, because burned butter would taste really lousy in this. You want that sweetness. Everything's kind of sweet in this. For your sweetheart, ha ha ha. Alright. This all cooks really quick, so I'm actually, you know, I've made some things recently where I've done like, don't sweat cooking the onion because, you know, it's going to sit on the stove. This is actually something that doesn't sit on the stove, so we do want to make sure. And like I said, I cut up the onion a little finer, so it's going to cook a little faster. Some good stuff going on here. Yeah, okay. Onion's translucent. It's definitely soft. None of those big hard spots. And I'm just going to kick it down a little bit and stir it for a second. I just want to let it cool a minute because the flour's not going to cool it down. If you put cool liquid in, it'll cool it down. Alright, I got 3/4 of a cup of flour, all-purpose flour. Yeah, I'm just going to set this down. Alright, I just like to make little circles, get everything kind of mixed up here. This is going to make a really thick paste, so whenever we do that, we have to take a little effort to convert it back to a roux. But remember, whenever we have flour in our pot, you want to cook it for about a minute. Otherwise it can taste, I don't know, it's weird. They call it, you know, raw flour taste. I guess if you were to stick your finger in flour, that's kind of it. You want to kind of cook that out. Everything starts to turn a little color there. I'll walk away so it has a few seconds. Right. Looks lovely. Okay, so before the fat starts to cook out of my butter, I'm going to start this roux process. Trickle it in. Might still be a little hot. Start mixing. things get out of control, just pull it off the stove. And beautiful. Nice and mix it up. And don't leave a mess in the kitchen. It's not worth it. Try and surprise someone with a nice meal. So you know you can make a meal out of this. But what I'm doing, I baked quiche. I'll put the link to it. So you have a little piece of quiche, a nice small bowl of bisque. You got yourself a great meal. Certainly lots of options for beverage. If you want to be fancy and impress somebody, nothing wrong with a nice sparkly something. You could do a sparkling rosé, some kind of a champagne, maybe a Brit. Don't buy the cheap stuff. Rosés are so affordable right now. What the heck? Oh, it's just lovely. Okay. As a kid, we call this wallpaper paste, but people don't put up wallpaper anymore. That's the consistency. Alright, last is going in. So the ratio is still pretty high of the flour to the 2 cups of chicken stock. Some people may be scratching their head about that. Don't forget, we're making a bisque and we're going to cream it. Okay, let's get this mixture. No lumps but the onions. This is all mixed together, and now it's actually thinned down a little bit. It's a really thick gravy. Once again, now we know for sure we've gotten the onions cooked, we've got the flour cooked, everything's looking beautiful. So, it's a bisque. I've got 3/4 of a cup of dry sherry we're going to dump in here. I just think the flavor is just wonderful. So we're keeping the flavors really simple in this. Good consistency. We're down to a really good gravy with clumps of onions. this off for a second. Let's turn this down. Okay, perfect. So there's not a whole lot of seasoning in this. So normally, one little pepper, I'd be reaching for my Mammoth pepper mill. But if you want something a little less bite, there are other peppers out there. There are green peppers, every color of the world. You can buy a combination, or if you're, just want something as an alternative, it's kind of worth having a second grinder in the house, especially when you're making like white sauces. Get some white pepper, and you just want a few cranks of white pepper in here. White pepper is just milder. It just doesn't bite as hard. And just it's pretty low how much is coming out, but I just need a little. Needs to be refilled. Yeah, that was plenty. All right. Now, one of the things I like about Lobster Bisque is I want it really smooth. For a lot of people, this is just fine. But if you want to take it to the next level, I'll show you a little trick. And if you spent good money on kitchen tools and you want to use them, that's fine. Let me grab a. These silicone things are great to keep pots from moving around, keep heat from transferring. It's a little toasty, but man, that'll stay in place. So I'm going to take my immersion blender, and I just want to give it a little quick whisk around because I want to get that onion smoothed out. Be careful with the hot stove here, so we don't want to run our wire over it. I haven't tried out any of the battery powered ones, so I'm not going to make any opinion. This darn thing was inexpensive and works great. So just get it in here. Just get a nice little rhythm going. Like I said, if you don't want to do this or don't have one, that's fine. I just want to get just a nice cream. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, only restaurants used these. Now it's kind of their cheap. All right, well, I got this here. I need a total of 3 cups of half and half. So I'm going to pour a cup in here, like half a cup at a time. plug it apart. Put this in the sink out of my way. We're going to go back on the heat. Safety reasons, I've had the heat turned off because I didn't want to use an electrical anything around an open flame. Just want to get her back up to temperature. Alright, as it's warming up, I've got my 2 more cups, so a total of 3 cups. I'm going to put in here. Just going to heat it back up nice and slow. Just want to get this mixed in. This is just what you want to see. It's nice and velvety smooth. Like I said, if you don't want to put it through the immersion blender, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. I just wanted to show you how to do it if you wanted to. Alright, now, while this is getting all nice and happy, I'll show you a little trick about lobster. So I got a few lobster tails here. I got a knife. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a little plate. Just show you. I'm going to cut it up. And just keep your extra eye over here on the bisque, because I don't want to get too rolling boil. I just want to get it to a nice good boil again. Alright, so first of all, you want to make sure it's good and cleaned and dry. And I got my nice fillet knife here. The thing you got to remember is we're making a bisque, so I don't want it like a stew. So I'm going to actually cut these pieces smaller. Just keep an eye out, make sure everything looks right. I shelled these this morning. I wait till they're on sale, I buy them. I know you've heard that story before. And just freeze them. Freeze them in the shell. I mean, that's how they get them, you know. It certainly doesn't hurt. This is probably one of the few things that I've gone out and bought. Kitchen tool that's kind of specific. I have probably for a lot of you older folk like me, your mom had one of these. They were used them for cutting up chickens and stuff. They work great. You cut the front and back of the shell in half and open right up. Makes it really easy to get the lobster meat out. So I had 4. These are pretty good size. Probably call them medium size lobster tails. If you want to try A neat twist on this, I've made it before, is you can use crawfish, do kind of a Louisiana thing. Spoon. It's really looking good. We'll get there, honestly. Keep a paper towel if the lobster looks too wet, especially you get down to the bottom of the bowl, just pat it dry. You don't want to put a whole lot of that. You know, it's just water that they froze it in. Always torn. People talk about reserving the liquid from oysters. You know, they call it the liquor. I'm like, just because even the fresh ones, you know, they're kept in water. Never take your eyes off your fingers and knife. Okay. So everything's nice and toasty. And it's drying up so I can move this out of the way. Alright, so let's get this lobster meat in here. I don't know how I managed to dunk my whole bowl in, plated, but so we're going to stir this. Lobster cooks really fast, as you know. Good. Not too much. The sherry's really calmed down. Alright. So you're like, that just looks like a cream sauce. That doesn't look like this. Oh, you caught me. So, what we're going to do in the end, I got some tomato paste. This is like really cool organic or something, I don't know. I just think it tastes really good. I want to put it in carefully, probably up to like 3 tablespoons, that's about 2. Just want enough to make that kind of pink color. And if you think about like the color of shrimp, getting there, not quite. Takes a minute for that paste to kind of break down. It's getting there. It smells lovely. Great bisque. I don't have the color I wanted yet. Pretty sure we're just about maxed out on what the paste is doing. We're already perfect on that second round. Oh yeah. So ironically, if you're making bisque and you want to flavor, like you're like, oh, it's kind of bland, the best thing to do is right before you serve it up is to splash a little your sherry in there. You bought good sherry, like I always say, don't buy the cheap stuff. Sherry's not expensive anyways, but don't buy cooking sherry for sure. Splash a little in there and it's going to bring that aroma back out, and that's the smart thing to do. But this looks absolutely divine. I've got that color that I wanted. I've got the consistency I wanted. It's beautiful and smooth. This is just breathtaking, breathtaking. And we've kind of poached the lobster. Like I said, it'd be great with crayfish, crawfish tails too. But oh yeah, it's just the color, texture that I was trying to achieve. Just making sure I got everything nice and mixed. I don't want to find any clumps of tomato paste in here. Lobster's definitely cooked. Don't want to overdo it. Do it all. Wish you could smell this. It's just the fragrance of the sherry, and it's so mild. I use a dry sherry, by the way. I didn't say that before. It's just, and the color's really coming out. So I think what we're going to do now is let me dish some up and show you what it looks like. Stuck my thumb in the tomato paste, unfortunately. And it's just, it's just great. It's just great. I want to do this kind of pretty, I guess. So, just so you can see how it really looks, I want to put this in a nice bowl. I have some really pretty bowls up there, but they look kind of dirty. They got like kind of dusty, so you're gonna have to live with this. Why is it every time I make a meal like this, I start to like, my mouth waters. I'm just like so thrilled about this. The aroma, you can see the color is just absolutely beautiful. I can't make it any better. I mean, this is just, and you see it's got that nice pink tint to it. It's not red. I didn't kill it in tomato paste. Just kind of go slow and add as you need. And I just think this is something really easy and great. Once again, I hope you all try it. Impress your sweetheart and make something fun like this. And of course, I want you to subscribe. I need subscriptions desperately. I want comments, and I just want you to have fun in the kitchen. Hope you enjoy this. Have a great day.